More than 15 years ago, you can look at the date of the Ben Livingston interview, a listener called into the show and said they just declassified today, and I got a bunch of emails, that the Pentagon certified by the late 60s total control of hurricanes. And the man that directed the weather weapon project for the Air Force from World War II through Vietnam, and then was still a consultant and worked for the Pentagon into his 90s, Ben Livingston, who led squadrons over Vietnam in Operation Popeye, flooding the Ho Chi Minh Trail, had complete control of hurricanes by the late 1960s, certified by the Pentagon and Stanford Research Institute at Stanford. Total control. Now, that was just with cloud seeding. Now, with the electromagnetic systems they've got, and with lasers, and I'll show you mainstream news admitting that, they have total control beyond even what they had then. They can create hurricanes, create tornadoes, steer them, make them stronger, make them weaker, kill them, whatever they want. So if they have that power, why do we have record hurricanes? And they're saying Milton may break all the records, already is. They become a first Cat 6. It's been back and forth Cat 5 to the strongest level, 180 miles an hour as of yesterday. Now it's slowed down to 150 right now. They say it's going to speed back up as it hits Florida, western Florida, the most conservative areas. So again, if the fire department has a, say, 8-story building in downtown, and it's on fire, and they can put it out with 6, 7 engines, but they decide to not go put it out, you would say the fire department helped burn that building down. The fire department made the decision to not control it, so that was a form of control in not controlling it. It's the same thing. If you leave your 1-year-old baby in the backyard by the pool and you go inside to take a nap, there's a good chance your kid's going to drown. You've killed your kid. So I'm going to explain it. Everybody debates whether it's a weather weapon or not. They are constantly manipulating these things. And you've got all the flights that are confirmed with the big weather control planes in Helena and now in Milton. The flight paths are public. I'll show you those. And it's the classic flight paths where they go and they spray on the edge and turn it, and they go inside to speed it up and go in circles and put out different chemicals, and you've got them leading Helena right in and right up into the key areas they wanted to flood, the most conservative areas of the South. It just went all over them perfectly, dumping NOAA-level, floods on them. So I'll get into all this at the bottom of the hour. And then now the same thing's happening with Milton. So this is going on, and they treat us like children. And just go, oh, they had all these articles about me the last few days. Oh, Alex Jones, he's a conspiracy theorist. He says they're flooding everything for lithium. No, I'm not the one saying that. Everybody else is. And yeah, of course they'll land grab from the disasters. That's a side issue. That's like a dessert. That's gravy. It's about wrecking the west coast of the panhandle of Florida, which both storms are, the first one did, and the second one's going to be even worse, they're saying, and Georgia and North Carolina and South Carolina, other key areas. So they can't vote. And I've got Axelrod and other Democrats saying this is great. This could hand North Carolina and maybe even Georgia to us. So, I mean, you want to play the clips? I've already played them days ago. And I said the first couple days, look, this is going to hurt conservative voters in rural areas because it's easy to get the cities back up. It's hard to get the rural areas back up, especially in the mountains. So it's all there. So if I leave a big platter, a big pan of grease on my range, and I fill it to the top with Crisco, and then I turn it on high, and I'll get in the car and say I'm going to church. When the house burns down, the fire department's going to probably get me charged for arson, for insurance fraud, because they're going to say, well, how the hell did you leave a whole thing of grease on here? Oh, I just forgot. So they can control these hurricanes, certified, late 1960s. I'll show you the documents. The father weather weapons. He's typing Ben Livingston, father weather weapons. I'll show it all to you. And you have to understand that. And the Pentagon and the CIA brag how they've done this all over the world to other people, including during elections, they flooded people. Did you know that? I've got those articles. So they've got the capacity. They've done it before. They're obsessed with it. I'm going to show you the CIA director admitting it all on C-SPAN. And then you're going to read articles everywhere today and tomorrow. Jones blames the hurricanes on the Biden-Harris administration. And I mean, they're in control. They're not blocking it. They could have, according to Ben Livingston, with old technology, 1960s technology, 5 big aircraft, and they can go to the biggest hurricane, and he's flown into typhoons, by the way. Those are even faster. They spin the other direction in the Pacific. He, and it's on record, it's been declassified, said with 5 aircraft, he could kill any hurricane, and he did over and over again. And that was the early stuff in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Then they got the project. He talks about it all in an hour-long interview with me, several of them, to steer them. And they had their math, they had their meteorologists, they had their info, and very quickly they were like, this is easy. We can speed them up, we can slow them down, we can turn them, we can kill them, and we can make them. We can make them. Now you're going to see him say all that. You understand? You understand? So I'm just giving you a prelude right now of what's coming up.